Long ago, in a great and powerful kingdom called Babylon, there lived a man named Daniel. Daniel was not born in Babylon. He was taken there as a young man when his homeland, Judah, was conquered. But even though he lived far from home, Daniel never forgot who he was or who his God was. Daniel loved God with his whole heart. Over the years, Daniel worked hard, stayed honest, and lived wisely. Because of this, God blessed him with understanding and wisdom. Soon, Daniel became known throughout the kingdom as a man who could be trusted. At this time, a new king ruled Babylon. His name was King Darius. King Darius noticed Daniel right away. Out of all the leaders in the kingdom, Daniel stood out. He was faithful, fair, and never dishonest. The king trusted him so much that he planned to put Daniel in charge of the entire kingdom. But not everyone was happy about this. Other officials and leaders became jealous. They did not like that Daniel was favored. They did not like his success. And most of all, they did not like that Daniel served a different God. So they began to watch Daniel closely. They searched for mistakes. They looked for lies. They hoped to catch him doing something wrong. But no matter how hard they tried, they found nothing. Daniel loved God with his whole heart. Over the years, Daniel worked hard, stayed honest, and lived wisely. Because of this, God blessed him with understanding and wisdom. Soon, Daniel became known throughout the kingdom as a man who could be trusted. At this time, a new king ruled Babylon. His name was King Darius. King Darius noticed Daniel right away. Out of all the leaders in the kingdom, Daniel stood out. He was faithful, fair, and never dishonest. The king trusted him so much that he planned to put Daniel in charge of the entire kingdom. But not everyone was happy about this. Other officials and leaders became jealous. They did not like that Daniel was favored. They did not like his success. And most of all, they did not like that Daniel served a different God. So they began to watch Daniel closely. They searched for mistakes. They looked for lies. They hoped to catch him doing something wrong. But no matter how hard they tried, they found nothing. Daniel was honest in everything he did. Finally, they said to one another, "We will never find anything against Daniel unless it has something to do with the law of his God." And that is when they formed a dangerous plan. The jealous officials went to King Darius with a smooth and clever idea. They said, "O king, live forever. We have all agreed that for the next 30 days, no one should pray to any god or person except you. Anyone who disobeys should be thrown into the lion's den." This sounded good to the king. It made him feel honored and powerful. So King Darius signed the law, not knowing it was a trap. Once a law like this was signed, it could not be changed. Now here is the important part. When Daniel heard about the new law, he did not panic. He did not argue. He did not hide. Instead, Daniel did what he had always done. He went home, he opened his windows. He knelt down, and he prayed to God 3 times a day, just like before. Daniel knew the risk. He knew the punishment. But Daniel loved God more than he feared lions. The officials were waiting. They rushed to Daniel's house and caught him praying. They ran back to the king and said, "O king, did you not sign a law saying anyone who prays to another god must be thrown into the lion's den?" The king answered, "Yes, I did." Then they said, "Daniel has broken the law. Suddenly, King Darius understood. He realized Daniel had been tricked. And now, because of the law, even the king could not save him. All day long, King Darius tried to find a way out, but there was none. As the sun began to set, Daniel was brought to the lion's den. The king looked at Daniel and said with a heavy heart, "May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you." A large stone was rolled over the opening of the den. The king sealed it. And Daniel was left alone in the darkness. Inside the den were hungry lions. Their eyes glowed, their breathing was loud. But Daniel was not alone. God was with him. That night, something miraculous happened. God sent an angel. The angel shut the mouths of the lions. They did not harm Daniel. They did not touch him. They did not roar. Daniel spent the entire night safe, calm, and protected. Meanwhile, King Darius could not sleep. He refused food. He refused entertainment. All night long he worried. As soon as morning came, the king ran to the lion's den. He called out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, has your God been able to rescue you?" From deep inside the den, Daniel answered, "My king, live forever. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. I am unharmed." The king was filled with joy. Daniel was lifted out of the den. Not a scratch was found on him. God had protected his faithful servant. King Darius was amazed. He realized that Daniel's God was the true and living God. The king gave orders that Daniel's enemies would face the punishment they planned for him. Then King Darius made a new decree. He said that everyone in the kingdom should respect and honor the God of Daniel. Because Daniel's God saves, he protects, and his kingdom will never end. Daniel continued to serve faithfully for the rest of his life. Now let's pause and think about this story. Daniel did not become faithful when trouble came. He was faithful long before the lion's den. He prayed every day. He lived with integrity. He trusted God even when it was dangerous. Daniel teaches us something powerful. Faith is not just what we say. Faith is what we do when obeying God costs us something. Daniel reminds us that God sees our faithfulness. He may not always remove the danger, but he will always be with us in it. And just like Daniel, when we choose obedience over fear, God's protection and purpose will always prevail. Obedience to God brings protection and victory, even under pressure. Have you ever felt pressured to compromise your faith like Daniel? Comment yes or still standing below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Bible stories that strengthen your faith.